What's up everyone? Yeah, this is your boy MT, so I'm back with another tutorial. If you are new to this YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. Okay guys, so first of all, I would like to apologize for not uploading as regularly as I have been in the past 2 months. I know it affected all of our lives, even mine, because I was really I was like stressed in terms of like being not able to you know create content for you guys. But I'm back. The short story is that I finally found the position, the job that I've been looking for the past, I think it was 2 months, 3 months. Because I wanted a front end to be a front end developer. So I found a job. Now not jobless. Just kidding. So yeah, I found it, and then I'm a front end. I started in 28 April. So yeah. Yeah. And then things have been crazy, and then I moved out of the house last month. So I've been busy with moving in and everything. So that's why you saw me not being active as I was before, on social media, also on YouTube. So yeah, let's just get started. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you in terms of how to work to deal with the transition from JavaScript to jQuery. It's really simple if you are from a JavaScript background, but I would recommend, if you are not from the JavaScript background, to learn a little bit of basics about JavaScript in terms of what you do with it, because there are many languages out there to do some things, but so yeah, I'm gonna just add a little bit of bonus at the end, and then just show you a little snippet of what you call animations. Um, with Jquery, they are very simple. It just solves your life. So yeah, let's just get started. So in this web application, what it's supposed to do is that it's supposed to take users input, and then give you the result, the feedback that it's supposed to say, hi, your name is Tabang, your age is 23, lastly you're from South Africa. But I know my Jack followers won't be good until I put in our favorite character, which is Jack. As you can see, it updates, and then if I click on the clear button, it clears. So yeah, first things first, you need to grab a CDN JS, but we just come back to this. Let's just go to the code and then show you a simple stuff. So I've got my HTML element here. On my body element, I've got my child elements, which is a div having a title of a registration system, and then a subtitle in a column, and then I've got all these labels and inputs, just normal stuff. And then I've got an on-click attribute right here, so that whenever a user clicks on it, it's supposed to call our JavaScript function, which is called elements factory. We'll just go to that in a minute, and then here the result, and it's supposed to say, hi, your name is and your age is and lastly you're from. So yeah, let's just get started. As you can see, I've also attached a function called clear data. So here guys, let's just inspect this. So I've got a set name function that accepts a parameter and then just displays that in the browser, and then I've got set age, also the same thing with set country. So yeah guys, even the elements factory function, we are grabbing the values from the input, and then we are just sort of like verifying if it's not null or empty code. And then if it's not, we're gonna just say set name. If it's empty or something, we are not doing anything. So yeah, and then we are just controlling name, age, and country, and then document.query selector, and then we are styling the block, the text to display as a block, because before we set the property in CSS, which is style, display none. So you're gonna display the text, which is just simple CSS that we have done. And then as you can see, I'm grabbing all of that, ending the padding and then the matching, and then everything guys. So I'm making it a little bit responsive, So if I just Control J on Mac, as you can see, it changes according to different screens. So here, guys, let's just continue. So for this tutorial, you need what you call a CDNJS. So just go to cdnjs.com and then search your favorite you know your favorite API that you want to include in your app. So for me, I'm just gonna say jQuery. Sorry about that. jQuery. Why is it not typing like all of my things? So as you can see, jQuery, the latest version, it's 3.6.0. So yeah, that is how I would grab it, and then it's supposed to show it right here. So I'm just gonna copy. You just click on here to copy the script file. Just copy here and then go to your index HTML file, and then you're supposed to paste it on the head, just like I've done it here. And then yeah, let's just remove the attributes for our buttons, because we are not working with normal JavaScript. We're trying to work with jQuery as far as possible as we can. And then change that to be not function, because function has the JavaScript code. We're gonna have JS. If you can see on JS, we've got like literally nothing. So for you to check if you installed the jQuery correctly, just say console.log and then $, and then normal brackets, and then code. You're gonna just say activated. So let's go to the browser. It's supposed to show us activated. If it's not, we've got a problem. Okay, sorry about that, my mistake. I wanted to grab an element. So for you to grab an element, you just say input, and it's supposed to grab all of our input. And then as you can see here, you're just gonna say input, and then you've got name, age, and then country. So that is how you will grab an element. So let's just go to some basics on jQuery. I know JavaScript, you just have to say var, and then name it's equals to. The fun part is that it's actually the same with jQuery. It's exactly the same as this. So if you wanted to have a variable, you can do it like this. And then yeah, that is how you would work with a variable. It's just normal JavaScript, but the longer features are being minimized. So let's just get started. So what I want to do is just share the screens here, and then I'm just gonna first, we must be able to go to the button and then add a click event listener. So for us to do that, you're gonna just make use of the $, and the brackets, and then target that button. Let's see if we have a class here. We are supposed to be having a class, otherwise okay, so we are not having a class, so let's add our class. So I'm just gonna say btn1, and then for us to get all that, we're gonna say btn1 and then dot add event listener. So as you can see, it works with normal JavaScript. You just have to know when to use jQuery and when to use JavaScript. So yeah, okay, sorry about that. Clicked. So each and every time we click the button, it's supposed to display click. Let's just refresh. Okay, type error, add event listener is not a function. So I forgot. If we use the $, it's gonna return what you call, it's gonna return an array, so we can't add an event listener on an array. So we need to target the first element that is in our array, and then if we click on that, it's supposed to react. So just to prove to you that it returns array, as you saw from the first when we started on this video, we grabbed that. So I'm just gonna do it again so that you can see. So as you can see, it's a collection, it returns an array, and then as you can see, it has the length property, which is 1, and then the element that is returned. So that's why I'm using the index of 0, which is the first element there. So it means it will return that element. So yeah, let's just get back to that part. Yeah, because we did most of the stuff. So yeah, instead of console, I'll be just doing that, and then I can just say var and then name of the user, and then to grab the element again, we just have to use the $sign and then make use of this. And I believe it has an ID of name and then also a class of name, right? So we're gonna use the ID because I made mistakes on classes. So you know, smaller mistakes. As you can see, it has name. Also, this one has name. So that's why I'm saying I'm gonna use the ID. And then I'm gonna target the first element, and I'm just gonna make use of the dot value in JavaScript. So this is how I would actually work with that. And then I'm grabbing the age again, and then it's a $sign brackets, and then hashtag age, and then we are grabbing the first element and then dot value. This is how you'll do it with jQuery and JavaScript. I like to work with them like this, using both of them at the same time. I know there are people who are really like advanced with jQuery, but I'm comfortable with this one, and then I love it. So that's why I didn't continue to pursue it. I know you can do extremely like good stuff with it. So yeah, um, it's very powerful because you write less code and then do more with it. For example, you were supposed to say document.query selector there, but you are just making use of the shorthand. So I'm just gonna console all of these, the values there. Console.log name, age, and CO for country. And then if you go to the browser and then just type Thabang and then 23 from South Africa and click on submit, as you can see it says Thabang 23 South Africa. So we are actually getting the values from the input, which is we've done with just shorter lines of code. So yeah, functions in jQuery work the same as in JavaScript. So if let's just say I wanted to separate this code, just gonna have a function for a specific use, such as if I want to set the text into the browser, I would have a function called set name. Remember, on functions we've got set name, and then it had document.query selector. But instead of using document.query selector, we're gonna make use of the $sign. Let's just go back to this $sign, and then I believe I the span, it's a class name holder, and then we're gonna add that there, and then we're gonna just target the first element and then dot inner HTML. I think that's all uppercase, and then I'm just gonna submit name. It must have a parameter of name, right? And then I'm also gonna just copy this 3 times so that I don't type it everything slow, because I'm very slow with my typing, because I've seen some dudes who are really fast. I think it's age holder. supposed to be age holder, and then it's age. Let's just verify that, yes, and then it's country holder, yeah. So we're gonna just set there CO. So yeah, guys, this is how you would normally do it, and then all you have to just do is to call set name, right, and then pass in the name, and then set age, and then pass in the age again, which is age, and the country, set country, and then sorry about that, and then pass in country again, which is CO, and then finally don't forget just target the text element, which is, it has a class of text, right, so that you don't forget, because it wouldn't have displayed, because we said display 9, and then dot style dot display, and then it's equals to what, it's equals to 9. It's block, sorry about that. Typical simple mistake. And then if we taste that, just test that, and then boom, hi, your name is Jack, your age is, lastly you from. Not sure why South Africa is not there, because it is actually here. Let's just change the placeholder, maybe to be like country. Just gonna say country, and then just remove all that to be country. So yeah, let's just go back and then try that again. Jabang 23, South Africa. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's not displaying as it was supposed to, cause right now it's sort of like weird, cause everything is the same. You see, it's not. Let me just change that, and then control copy, and then paste that here, and I'm just gonna say console.log just to see if we are indeed grabbing our value. So yeah, let's just go to the browser. It's Tabang 23 South Africa, and then as you can see it says South Africa, but here it does not want to do that, which is weird. But I'm sure you have seen in terms of like how you would work with this, but just to add a little extra, you know, I'm just gonna remove that. So now we are dealing with jQuery. There's a built-in function called CSS, and then it accepts an object, so we can just change the display to block like this, instead of using the as you can see, your name is Jack and your age is 20, lastly you're from. So that is how you would work with that, even though I didn't put out just small errors, because I didn't want to keep this video to be a little long. And then I told you that I would give you sort of like a snippet preview in terms of how to work with animations on jQuery. So I'm just gonna use the built-in property called function called show. It accepts parameter, either you say slow or fast, or you just pass in the number or seconds you wanted to delay with. So as you can see, it did animate into our frame. So the clear functionality is not working, which is simple. We're gonna just create it like this, and then dollar sign. What's that? Dollar sign, and then it must be clear. Let me just add a class, and then clear, and then we're gonna just get clear. I am just gonna say dot add event listener, and then we are good to go. We're good to go, and then we want to just say we're gonna make use of also the opposite. We're gonna just say hide. We want to hide it. Sorry about that. We want to hide it, and then we want to hide it slow, so it must be slow. So I'm just gonna put in Tabang, and then 23, and then South Africa, and then hi, your name is Jack, and your age 23. Lastly, you're from. And if we click on clear, okay, let's go back to our code. Okay, that's why I usually forgot. I left the target first one. Yeah, and then let me just type. Yeah, that is how you would actually make use of that, and then here it animates out. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you are stuck on anything, just go to W3 schools, and then Jquery, and then there you just search Jquery, and then you will be able to find what you are looking for. So yeah, if you want more of Jquery, just comment down below the section, and then I'll be more than happy to do a crash course of Jquery. So yeah, see you on the next tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share with your friends. And then yeah, thanks guys very much. So I really appreciate my 24 subscribers. Right now I'm on my road to 30 subscribers. Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.